I'm most excited to dive into some of these maps that I kind of went pro on. Modern Warfare 2, iconic maps, Scrapyard, High Rise. I know we're not able to play all of them here at Next, but the ones they kind of hold a special place in my heart. Get me on top of High Rise, get me on top of Favela, get me back on Russ on that tower, go to work.
What perks from Call of Duty would you want in real life?
Marathon Pro and combined with Lightweight Pro. Just be zipping and zooming everywhere. Are you kidding me? Triathlete right here.
Maven here with Z-Laner at COD Next. Listen, we got a bunch of crazy stuff to come tomorrow. What's your number one? What are you excited to see?
Warzone. I'm here for Warzone, baby. I mean, I'm here for everything. I'm excited for the multiplayer as well, but you guys know I'm here for the Warzone. I need to see a beautiful, some slide canceling in that Warzone gameplay, some movement, some speed. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's how a lot of the competitors feel for sure. It was an interesting year. We want to get back to the roots a little bit, and that's what a lot of this is about, like getting back to our roots. So, like, for you, when you think back to the early days, like, what's your first, like, memory of Call of Duty?
Oh, man. Call of Duty 4, first game that got me started. After that, it was just World at War, and then every COD title from there on out, just growing up playing the game with friends. It was just a beautiful experience, and now to get to do that with all these people that create content for it. Me and my boy D were just talking about it before we got here, how we grew up watching so many of these creators come out to these events and do these things, and to get to now come and do these things is just so surreal. So, yeah, we're very excited.
And obviously Call of Duty has become a career for you, but, like, more than that, what does it mean to you? Like, all the relationships you've made and stuff, it's become a big part of your life, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. It's just I think about all the friendships and relationships that I've been able to make because of this incredible game. That's from back in high school, friends, all the way till now to friends that I made throughout just making a career out of it, yeah.
Do you remember kind of your roots when you talk Call of Duty, like where it all started for you?
Oh, absolutely. I just remember coming home from middle school and just grinding multiplayer. But when I first started streaming 2 years ago, the first game that I played was Warzone. And so it definitely holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I was going to kind of ask that next. Like, for a lot of people here, it's been careers, or it's been friendships, relationships. Like, Call of Duty has been much more than just a video game. What does Call of Duty mean to you, like, at its core?
I mean, I think it's just the competition, and it just brings me back. It's like an addiction to the game, and I think no other game has done that for me, and I think they've really done a lot of innovation in Battle Royale, and I'm just really excited to see what they bring next.
The one, the only Dr. Lupo. Sir, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. I'm 36 years old, managed to get out of bed this morning, so that's good.
I'm 38, and it was hard.
You look old as hell.
I do. The lack of hair really makes me look far older, but hey, what are you most excited for? What do you want to see this weekend?
I'm looking for more and more opportunities than we've ever had before for me to get, probably overextend, get knocked, eliminated, and scream at my teammates for not carrying me. And then when we do win, taking 95% of the credit.
So some changes to Warzone maybe is what you're looking for?
That sounds like what we've been doing already, but yeah, if you want to call it that, sure.
For you, what does COD mean to you? Like, you said you're 36, you've been playing it for a long time. What does it mean to you?
All right, first off, that hurts a lot, reminding me that I am that old.
You're welcome.
No, I think Call of Duty for a long time has been one of those games that brings friends together to do silly crap or run around having fun in multiplayer or screaming at each other in Warzone when people aren't pulling their weight. The banter is always like number one.
Well, hey, I appreciate it. Have fun, man. Awesome to see you.
You know who we are?
Tell me so.
This is Ghost.
Woods.
Mason.
Fada.
Russell Adler.
Captain Price. Going dark. Everybody ready? Hoorah!
I just got Call of Duty.
Good start, Dad. Hell yeah! You got it.
No! Well, it's not over yet. Trust me.
Go, go, go! Stop the train!
Give us the fire. We'll give them hell.
Oh my God! Oh my God, that was sick! Oh my God!
As the iconic Captain Price once said, it's a good time to take inventory. This month, we are celebrating 20 years of Call of Duty. With all the matches played and missions completed, our history is made up of the incredible experiences created by you, the players. On behalf of all of us who work to bring these games to life each day, thank you for sharing this journey with us. We have some amazing in-game rewards we will be announcing later in the show, but for now, we wanted to take a moment to reflect. You are the reason for the success of these games, and from all of the teams across the world, we're grateful and humbled at your ongoing support, enthusiasm, and dedication to all things COD. While we celebrate this milestone, we are also looking ahead to the next chapter of awesome moments together. Today, you will see and hear all the details of Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, an exclusive look at Modern Warfare Zombies, a brand new Warzone map, Warzone mobile news, and more. In Call of Duty, no one fights alone. So we brought 250 creators from around the world to drop in live here at Call of Duty Next. And first up, this is Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
So like relax, I'm spilling these raps long as you feel them to the day that I drop. You'll never say that I'm not.
everyone, and welcome to Call of Duty Next. We have an action-packed day in store for you with gameplay and game details for Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Warzone, and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. There are over 250 creators behind us ready to dive into these games, and we're so excited to be here with you today to unveil the future of Call of Duty. I'm Golden Boy, your host for today, alongside the one and only Stephanie Snowden. You may know her as the Studio Communications Director, and we are thrilled to go into what's going to be upcoming for the 20th year of Call of Duty, which is bonkers.
It's a little bit younger than us.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch. Thank you so much for not revealing my age.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We don't do that here. It's a safe place. Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here. It is an electric atmosphere. It's absolutely incredible. And I am so ready to talk about Call of Duty. It's been an entire calendar year of us saying, next. Well, guess what? That starts today. We're here to talk about Modern Warfare 3, and we're going to be getting into gameplay very, very soon. But we have some amazing guests coming in from the studios. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's right. We also have some awesome viewership rewards as well for people to watch at home. Isn't that right, Steph?
It's true. Make sure you're dialed in on the broadcast here at COD Next, because you will have a chance to unlock in-game rewards for Modern Warfare 3 just for watching this stream on the official Call of Duty or Twitch YouTube channels. Take a look and chat on either of these streams for more details for your chance to earn some of the awesome loot on the screen. I want that weapon charm.
Yeah, that's right. So make sure you go out there.
Turn my
watch
phone
it.
on.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
there's no reason for you not to. But we've got some good stuff coming up on the horizon. But Steph, what do we have coming up first? This is one I'm very excited about.
Yes,
First.
we are diving straight into Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. Joining us now, the multiplayer team from Sledgehammer Games. Adam Iskov, Senior Development Director, Greg Reisdorf, Multiplayer Creative Director, and Kim Weigand, Development Director. Guys, welcome. I am so stoked to talk about your game.
Same.
Where do we even start? You know, I have an idea, but
Yeah, we have a run-up show. We have a direction that we're going to go in, thankfully. But guys, this has to feel very freeing. It has to feel like now you're going to be able to talk about this thing that you've been working on for so long here, and you're going to also have these incredible creators playing it all in real time.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to have all the creators being able to play, give us feedback on the game right away, and have everybody play in beta tomorrow. It's going to be great.
jump right into beta tomorrow, folks. We'll be talking about that more later to remind you. But we're going to get straight into gameplay for the folks behind us. But before we do, Greg, can you give us a top line of what the community can really expect in the multiplayer experience for Modern Warfare 3?
We have one of the greatest sets of launch maps ever coming to the game, and we've taken these maps and we've really revitalized them and modernized them with the latest in visuals, audio, effects, as well as gameplay coming to bat on those. And it's just fantastic to have them. We also have a ton of new mechanics coming into the game around movement, around being able to be responsive in the moment in that combat. And we have the largest set of weapons ever in Modern Warfare in multiplayer.
Yeah, with carry forward from Modern Warfare 2, of course, you're going to be taking your inventories with you.
That's huge.
Be reminding people throughout the day. But with that largest weapon slate coming to multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, very exciting. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing, as soon as our gamers all just decided to load up and get into the action, it's going to be really pumped. We're going to be all really pumped to just see it, because I had a chance to play it, and I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. So, I mean, credit to you guys for making something that is not just fun, but also brings back a very familiar feeling for old heads like myself that just, like me some good old-fashioned boots-on-ground COD.
Thank you. That is awesome. We play it every day, and every day I come in, I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to get in there and just grind away.
Yeah, and each year, with the franchise, we intend to take a step forward. Modern Warfare 3 is definitely that. It's the next chapter. We're progressing things. And one of the things you mentioned that I think we'll be talking a lot about today is this player freedom in a lot of different ways. Adam, what can we expect to see down there when the gameplay starts?
I think we've already heard some great positive feedback from the people that really know this game and, breathe it every day. So I think once the gameplay kicks off and everybody is able to get their hands on it in the beta starting tomorrow, we're really going to see, continued positive sentiment around the feel of Modern Warfare 3.
Well, you know what? I think the time for talk is past, and it brings me great joy to say let the games begin, and let's check out Modern Warfare 3 for the first time on stream. This is so exciting. And look, there's going to be a lot to dive into. We're going to be pretty much here the entire time talking through this and then pointing out things that we see, things that catch our attention that we want to highlight for the community. And as it stands right now, I mean, we have all these incredible creators, Stephanie, that are participating in this. And you know that they're loving every minute of it. Playing some Kill Confirm with the homies, always a good time.
Yeah, I think we want to start off with talking about maps. There's so much to talk about, but let's start small for today. We're going to be playing 5 maps here, and those are the 5 multiplayer Core 6v6 maps that are in beta. Greg, you want to take us through what we're going to see?
Yeah, of course. Well, right now we're watching a little bit of Skid Row, and that is, you know, a great map.
Iconic.
We have Rust here, and again, Rust is, there's so much happening in these maps, and you know, Adam, what else are we seeing? What else are we going to have in the beta?
Well, so
Favela.
As Stephanie mentioned, today we're playing 5 of the 16 Core 6v6s that we're launching on day 1 with Modern Warfare 3. So we're talking Favela, Estate, Rust, Skid Row, High Rise, all of which are stone cold classics that, you know, we've modernized to, you know, accommodate the Modern Warfare 3 updated player mechanics and movement and gameplay and weapon feel. So I'm really excited to get a little taste of what's going to be in the beta, and then you know, give players some excitement around what's launching on day 1.
It's really fun for me, as I had mentioned previously, you know, having played and competed way back in the day in Modern Warfare 2 and stuff, and seeing these maps return again, because, like, you know, I look at Favela and I remember, a long time ago, and Clayster eliminated me from a Game Battles tournament and absolutely bopped me in the middle, you know, in front of all my friends. He doesn't remember it, but I remember it for the rest of my life.
That's all that matters.
Favela holds a special place in my heart for sure.
I think the coolest thing for me is dropping into a brand new set of maps, but having enough familiarity. I know right where I am, right? But a lot of what we've done and what we're going to see today are these great sledgehammer touches that you guys have brought to these maps, made modern for Modern Warfare 3.
That's right. We've stayed true to the original level design and layout of the original maps. So if you remember some sweet spots, some lines of sight from the originals, those are still going to be there. But we've also made some adjustments to just make them feel better for Modern Warfare 3's player movement and weapon feel. And we feel like it's a really happy medium and a great balance between the two.
Here's my personal favorite, Kim.
Agreed.
I would like to talk to you about this. Fellow high-rise stands, where are you at? I know you're back here.
I see players are already figuring out some of the Easter eggs of, you know, the original maps and how to get back into it.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was only one way to try and take over Bombsite and S&D. You had to hit the little catwalk on the opening of the map. Come on, guys.
Everybody yesterday, I saw all the creators at the red carpet event. They're all like, I'm sniping off the map. I'm sniping off the ladder on high res. Watch me. I'm a 360 off it. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're already there.
So good. It was so important to us to keep all of those opening moves that you remember from back in the day, and being able to have those in the game, but also have this modernization of the movement, how we're able to work with the high mantles in the game now, like all of this stuff that we're watching in high res. You can now go over a lot of this with mantles, and you can go over, like, you can use your slide canceling, you could do all of that.
Well, I was going to ask about that. Did that create a layer of, you know, maybe some complexity with the slide canceling and stuff like that, like trying to ensure that the maps don't get just completely, like, turned upside down on its head?
It does, and one of the things about these maps is these maps were made 14 years ago, like, and to have that, like, we had to make them ready to go for 2023, right? We've added that modernization to them, to what gamers expect, to what our Call of Duty
game design changed a lot in those years.
Yeah, it is, and you have to bring everything up to the standard of today. And when we've gone through and we've maintained a lot of that within these maps, and there's a few places where we've had to make exceptions for that, but for the most part, like, you can go in, those lines of sights that were there are still there, and you're going to have fun. You're going to be able to do those opening moves, those opening snipe shots, especially in high rise, just off the bat.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And keeping that conversation going, what are the maps like? Because I know that there's going to be more down the line.
Oh, right? For sure.
Let's talk about the launch maps,
So in addition to these 5 that we're playing today, day one on launch, we're going to get the rest of the 16 OGs from 2009. So we're talking Karachi, Invasion, Afghan,
Yeah.
Glory, Skid Row,
the scrap?
Sub-Base, Rundown. Yeah, like it's all there and on and on.
Oh,
and
we
on.
got
So,
the
like,
scrap.
Yeah, so we're super excited to be bringing those. And in addition to those OGs, we have some new Ground War maps that we're launching too. So we have 3 Ground War maps that are brand new, which is the the traditional like 32v32 vehicle gameplay. Yeah,
Yes.
so that's going to be an awesome alternative for people if they want to take a break from 6v6 or just mash it up.
Like want to go bigger, but you don't necessarily want to dive fully into Warzone. You have Ground War. That is so for people like me who like big, crazy, like huge battles. Like this is so exciting.
Yeah.
Ground War is a great mode for that. And aside from Ground War, I'm excited to say that there is another mode coming back that many of us know and love originally from Call of Duty World War II. And that is War Mode.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, we are super. I mean, War Mode holds a special place in my heart too. From 2017. It's a brand new map that's launching on day one as well. It's got the attacker defender gameplay that we remember from the mode, the linear objectives, the buildables, the scripted events. It's really exciting to see that be part of our day one launch slate as well.
Awesome. So we've got Ground War, we've got Core 6v6, we've got War Mode, and a little something we're going to get to later in the show, a brand new mode coming to multiplayer that will be available at launch.
That's right.
And also playable in the beta. Very
That's right.
exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's really so cool to see a lot of these players get back to the roots, because you can even see it. Like something I always enjoyed about a lot of these like big reveal events, right, is everyone loads in, they're discovering these maps for the first time, they're seeing them with fresh eyes. But here, that's not the case. We got a lot of familiarity here, and now the fresh eyes are going to be like, what did they add? What did they contribute to like make this into their own vision of a map? But I do appreciate as a competitive guy that you guys really focused on keeping the core of the maps.
We love these maps. Like we've adopted these maps internally at Sledgehammer. We treat them as our own. And we've gone through every nook and cranny, understanding them, understanding where all of the Easter eggs are, where all the line sites are. We have tons and tons of PowerPoints about it that just allow us to go through and really understand what makes these maps work. And then what we've done is we've taken that nostalgia and we've also added that modernization of spice on top of it, that when you're playing these, when you're coming back to them, it is familiar, but also new at the same time, where you're now able to mantle over things that you were never able to get to. You're able to get up on top of things. Right here, we're watching.
There we go. There it is.
I live here. I live here.
Right on. And to Greg's point too, when these maps first came out in 2009, Hardpoint did not exist. Kill Confirm did not exist. So those are brand new modes for these maps that were never experienced.
Well, I'm interested to see how those modes potentially elevate some of these maps that maybe were less played like competitively or even casually back in the day.
Whole new experience.
Whole new experience.
Yeah.
Whole new experience. You have some of those maps, those larger maps in Modern Warfare 209, like Derail and Underpass. And those play fantastic when you get into 10v10 or 12v12. We've had those modes are coming. They're going to come out after launch. And it's just fabulous to be able to play them on there. We also have control for those CDL players out there.
CDL folks, yes.
And it's going to be amazing to watch the competitive community go to town on these maps and really, play them and understand what's happening.
Well, we're watching some great kill confirmed action here. We've been flipping around a bit, and find me in that sniper lane. That's all I got to say on High Rise. I will be there. I will be waiting for you in the beta tomorrow.
This is so great.
ADS ready.
I know we've been talking a lot about the 20-year anniversary of Call of Duty, but what better way to celebrate that than with
these
dropping all of these
16
16 day one.
We're looking at High Rise in 2023, and it's brand new. That's so cool. I'm just going to take a moment to appreciate that. It's not every day that you get to not just go back and relive things that you enjoyed so much growing up, but then also to there are some streamers here who are younger than Call of Duty's launch, 20 years ago. So they're going to get to experience this really with a fresh coat of paint for the first time ever. That has to feel quite liberating for you guys, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
I think really these maps hold up for old school veterans as well as like people who are brand new to Call of Duty. If this is your first game playing Call of Duty, you're obviously
Never been a better time to
Yeah.
jump in. Yeah, I mean, you're absorbing so much of COD's history. To your point, what a better way to celebrate 20 years of Call of Duty than with these iconic maps returning in an all-new way. And we're going to talk about all those new ways as part of the, the innovations that you guys have brought to gameplay in just a second. But we want to remind the audience out there that while you're watching gameplay today, you will get to play it starting tomorrow. Take a look here at the beta schedule. For players who pre-order on PlayStation, starting tomorrow, and next week for players who order on Xbox and PC. The maps, modes, weapons you're seeing here today, those are in beta, and so are 2 new ground war maps and in-game rewards for playing. So anyway, take a look, take notes here with the pros playing, tune into the stream, get some hot tips before you drop into your first match tomorrow.
That's right. It's going to be quite exciting to see, everyone across like all the different platforms just like going live, playing COD, like, and then again loading up and then seeing like Scrapyard or High Rise. Still just blows my mind. I genuinely am so excited about this. But there are a lot of like maps that returning fans like myself definitely will enjoy. But I love some new. Is there anything that we should be expecting, like post-launch as far as like maps go?
Oh, definitely. I am very, very excited to tell you both today that starting Season 1, we have a bunch of new maps coming. So Season 1, we're dropping 3. Season 2, dropping 3 more new ones. So over the course of our entire live season, there will be 12 new 6v6 maps coming to Modern Warfare 3.
Awesome.
So
launching with 16, 12 down the road. That is a big map pool to choose from.
And these are all different sizes of maps, different locales, for all different play styles. You might see 1 or 2 fan favorites come back as well over the course of live season, but we have a bunch of new maps coming that we're really excited about.
And those are 6v6
Yep,
competitive
6v6
maps that players can play. There are other maps in there as well that we'll talk about once we get into the live season, but 6v6 core maps.
Stay tuned.
Right off the bat.
Brand
And
new.
guess what? With all of those maps, it's back. You know what you can do with them? You can vote. We're going to see it in a lobby soon, but map voting is back, folks.
Yeah, that's huge.
Get excited. I mean, the community has been thrilled. I can't wait to see it in action here today. I'll be taking notes on which ones we know are the ringers of the group. I think we have a good feeling.
Somebody voted for Estate, it looks like. Here, we're looking at Estate.
Oh,
right now.
nice, yeah.
Somebody voted for that one. Yeah, that's a good one for snipers.
I like Estate.
Yep.
I think we have an idea of where the maps are going to land in the voting, but when you account for the new modes, the modes that you were never playing in there before, when you get into hardpoint and you need that space to have that rotation, it'll be interesting to see what ones are popping up.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I want to jump into a private match lobby with my friends and run around and see where the hard points are on these, like on Derailed or something like that. Because Skid Row, like I was actually talking with Nameless in the back about this. It's like these maps now, like you have maps like Skid Row that can actually like be potentially viable, like competitively, which is quite exciting. It just changes the entire like feel of the offering, which we didn't have back then.
We've honestly already been talking to CDL a little bit about some of their favorites, about what they might want to play, and it's great to get their feedback early on to see how the competitive...
All right, we're looking at Lupo, my guy Lupo. He is
good at sniping.
in his loadout editor. We can get a good look here. He's got the lightweight boots. And Kim, I would love if you would take us through what we're seeing here and how loadout select has changed and what players can expect.
Yeah, so what you're seeing here, so someone is looking at our boots category. This is actually one of our new categories for perks. So we've split up the perks into 3 different categories. We have boots, gloves, and gear. And you're going to see some fan favorites come back. We've remixed some of the perks, and we've brought some new ones into the fray. Now, they're all also represented with physical gear items. So everything that you see there has some contextualization for players. So it's not just a list of things you're selecting from. It's like you're getting these movement boosts because you're bringing in boots, or you're getting this weapon handling bump because you're bringing in gloves. So we really like to add that sort of context for players to understand what they're bringing in for perks.
Yeah, it's different, it's logical, but you're also going to see some of the same perks that we know and love. So Call of Duty fans will be familiar with them, but presented in an all-new way. What are you guys most excited about to see here with players getting into that loadout edit, kind of customizing these builds out for their playstyles?
I think for me, it's all of the movement aspects of it, right? So we have so many things that are on there on perks that are around. We have one that allows you to slide further.
The knee pads.
Yeah, the knee pad. The
Greg, I've been using the
pads.
I've been using the tack pads.
And then we have the lightweight boots. We have the canvas sneakers. I also hear they're your favorite.
I'm sneaky. I'm trying to move. I need all the help I can get.
Yeah.
We need all the things.
So, and those are just going to cancel out your noise when you're moving around. They're going to eliminate footsteps.
The true silent movement
The
perk
true silent
is
movement
back.
perk
Yep.
is there.
Can confirmed, have used it, heard nothing. So it is very silent.
Hopefully it was only footsteps.
Oh, yeah, no, I could. Well, yeah. Well, also, you know, I mean, I can't hear anymore either. Old age, anyway. No.
Keep making these old jokes. I don't know what's happening.
But hey, I guess when you're talking about Call of Duty having been around for so long, it's just amazing how we've all just grown up with this, right? And you guys are seeing these things that happened back then. The way the game was made, and you're taking ways to like improve upon it while also again keeping it very familiar, but also keeping it very fresh. Something that really stuck out to me, Kim, is that you guys bringing back that classic radar, right? You got your mini map with red dots on there.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm glad that came back in.
Yeah, we are too. I mean, so any unsuppressed weapon fire will show up as a red dot on the mini-map, and we think it's really just a core intel piece for our player base for Modern Warfare 3. We really want to make sure that people know where the firefights are happening, really understand, and as we mentioned earlier about just knowing the maps and being very familiar and nostalgic with those things, like you can see the red dots on the mini-maps and you can understand, I know the map already potentially coming in, I know how I'm going to flank, I know where we're going to go. You can strategize more with your teammates. So, we really just felt that bringing back the classic was absolutely the way to go.
It's classic gameplay return to classic maps. I think, to your point, on these maps, it makes perfect sense, especially with the familiarity. And even for new players, you're going to figure these maps out quickly. But it's it feels right. It feels great. I've really loved seeing it. You have a direct way to engage.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to hear you guys talk about that. And that's not the only piece of classic gameplay that you'll see returning in Modern Warfare 3.
Oh. Tell me more.
Tell me more. We've talked about a little bit of movement, but I'd like to get into some of the nitty-gritty. Slide animation cancel, reload animation cancel. They're both back.
Yeah. So we felt really strongly about bringing back slide cancel and reload cancel. And in both of those things, really the core was we wanted players to feel responsive and feel like they had a lot of options. So we know that when you commit to doing a slide, you're stuck on a pretty linear trajectory. We know that when you're doing a reload, some of those weapons have really long reloads. It's a real big commitment. So even after doing that, we wanted to make sure that players had the choice to cancel out of that, because we know things change moment to moment so quickly in these battles. And it felt right, and we're just so happy that we have it back in. And we know that I think we feel that players are really going to be happy these things are back in.
Awesome. We're going to see it a lot here today. I'm sure we have our movement kings and queens getting around the map in new and interesting ways. Now, Greg, time to kill, or TTK. Always a hot topic with our players, with our community. It's complex. It has a lot of different moving pieces when we talk about it. Can you give us details on what to expect in terms of time to kill for Modern Warfare 3?
Yes, I can. I can give you the exact details.
Yes, you can!
Yeah.
This is the guy.
Only the exact details.
Only the exact details. So rather than 100 health, we have 150 health across all of our players.
So that's got parity with Warzone.
So that is parity with Warzone, what's currently live in Warzone.
Yep.
And it'll also carry over into Modern Warfare 3 Season 1 as well. And what we've also done with that time to kill, so what you're going to notice is it's much more consistent across the board. So we've eliminated some of these spikes that we've had in the past, because our modifiers, so we have modifiers on when you get a headshot, it does more damage. When you do a limb shot, it does less damage. So we've kind of normalized those and closed the gap between them. And what that allows for you as a player is you're able to really have this experience where it's consistent. So when you're putting bullets on target, it is now like you get that feeling, you get that rhythm back into your gameplay. And you're able to go from combat to combat and start to feel that pace of combat, especially with our hit markers now, like the sound effect. If you haven't had a chance to listen to them, like they're fantastic. The audio team's done a great job with them.
Hit markers also fantastic.
Yeah, hit marker visuals as well. So you're also notice that headshot hit marker. So that's when that extra damage is going to come into play, and it's normalized across the board. So it is a little longer. You could respond to getting shot. Like as soon as you start to see your screen light up red, You can pull away, you can get into cover, and really take that engagement in the way that you want to take that engagement.
Yeah, I think with those visual identifiers and with the audio cues, kind of taking that step forward a little bit, you certainly feels like you have a bit more time to evade, definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
You have more survivability, you have more options with the freedom of movement
Yes, it certainly
to get out of combat. And that includes a new thing that I would like to talk about called tax stance.
Yes, tax stance is a fantastic addition to our movement set, as well as what you're doing with tactical gameplay. It is a mix, it's right in between your aim down the sight, so you're very pinpoint accuracy, and your hip fire. So the hip fire is going to be that big spread that you have. And so what it allows you to do is when you're in ADS, you can actually go in and toggle tax stance.
We just saw the UI pop up on
sweet. There
the
it
screen.
is. There's tax stance right there.
It's gonna appear as down on the D-pad for those of
and
you
for any
watching gameplay.
sweats out there, I think it's important to note this is kind of it takes like an assault rifle and turns it into almost like a little bit of a sub, where you can kind of push corners a little bit more aggressively with it.
It's great for a CQB.
Yeah. So it feels like you're getting the best of both worlds with it, while also still obviously you're not going to get the full benefits of using an SMG.
And so those LMGs, like being able to take those longer range, when we talked earlier about Derail or some of the larger maps, like you want to be able to run a longer gun. So being able to take that in and then going to canted, going to tax stance, inside, indoors, going in those warehouses is a fabulous mechanic to have.
We just saw it here. We're seeing some clips of it.
Yeah, and it is very good. Having used it myself, I can see the application for it, and I think we're going to see some awesome outplay opportunities. Like, players are going to go nuts with that feature. It's also nice just if you have a specific playstyle. Adam, you mentioned it's really great for close quarters combat, which is personally what I have used it for when I've been playtesting with you guys. But I think it's there if you want it, and if you're not, if you're not into it, don't use it. You know, it's an option. It's again that optionality for players to choose how they engage with movement and all of these new fun toys that we're showing off in Modern Warfare 3.
And there are option settings for that tax stance. Right now, it's on the down D-pad. If you're not a controller masher like I am, I get in there, I panic a little bit. There's options for you to allow you to put it on your stick, which, well, if you're not a keyboard and mouse player, and you can go in and it is much more like it is a skill at that point, being able to utilize that in those close quarters combat.
Right. Adam, I see you studying gameplay intently. We're on Rust here. What are we seeing?
I love me some Rust. And just talking about the options any player can use. Somebody was running a shotgun a second ago. Now we're seeing somebody with an AR. There's snipers up at the top of the tower. There's, on a map like this, that's
a lot of variety.
Yeah, that's really like fast gameplay. You can still see it. It's viable for all different play styles, which is really exciting.
Yeah, there really is nothing better than grabbing a shotty and just running around the map and.
I mean, he just had the Renetti out. He's going ham with it.
Going in.
You got all different options here. We're probably going to see a lot of that on Rust today.
Taking a hard point right now.
Well, this has been really fun to check out, and we have plenty more to watch, without a doubt, here. But we're going to take a quick break from the gameplay for a brief second. We actually wanted to mention an awesome partnership between Call of Duty and the Hundreds. Now, you're taking a look here. We should be seeing in a moment at a limited edition Call of Duty Hundreds clothing line, and you have a chance to win one of these 50 sets. So simple. All you got to do is follow at Call of Duty on X or Twitter, and make sure you tweet or post hashtag COD Next and hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets of the Ghost Bomb collection. So follow the channel, tweet the hashtags for a chance to win a set from this awesome lineup. And let's just go ahead and jump right back into the gameplay. And Greg, we'll toss one over to you here. So for anyone who has been playing Modern Warfare 2, right, we now know like their inventory, that's going to be making its way over to this game, which is really, really cool. And it creates that like value for that player. Like, hey, my time here was worthwhile.
Exactly, and it is all about honoring the player investment for us. Like we call this carry forward. We talked a little bit about it before. We had some blog posts about it. But with carry forward, all of your investment into Modern Warfare 2 is coming over into Modern Warfare 3. So any weapon that you unlocked is available for you day one in Modern Warfare 3. So you can go ahead and use that. Any operator that you've purchased or that you've unlocked as well. So if you got that spawn operator from Season 6.
The Season 6 Battle Pass is coming with us.
It's there. It's there at day one, and it's fantastic to have even all of those blueprints and everything coming in. with your weapon level as well is available. All
And
of
your
your
camos.
attachments, your camos are there.
Camos, if you completed your mastery camos, you got your Orion. That's coming with
But
them
don't
too.
worry, the grind is still there for the Modern Warfare 3 weapons because it has its own set of completionist camos as well that you can go in and grind your heart out for those and go ahead and get those, in the game.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of the other new challenges coming to Modern Warfare 3 in a little bit, but exciting to hear that the camo grind is real. We'll be back on it before we know it. More to come soon.
Oh yeah, more to come. I love it. More to come soon. So ominous.
News at 6.
Well, speaking of weapons, though, I love the fact that we're going to get carried forward. I like the fact that there's plenty as we were seeing here. What other new weapons might we be treated to, I guess, moving forward here?
We have a bunch of new weapons coming in Modern Warfare 3. We have over 30 new weapons that you can experience, level, get new attachments for them. We have new global attachments as well that are available that you can use across all of your weapons.
Wow.
Yeah, even the Modern Warfare 2 weapons. And then we have 20+ operators that are there for you to unlock and be able to use and experience.
If you don't mind me asking, how it must have been a fun challenge to take those weapons from MW2 and then bring them over to MW3 and really try.
Oh yeah, it's been a fun challenge.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah, it's been great, and being able to have all of those weapons and being able to have your arsenal come with you is an amazing experience.
I felt like it was important to you guys to have that.
It is. It's very important for us to honor our players and be able to take all of that. But you spent a year in this game. We need to bring that into the next game and allow you to be able to experience it and have fun and not set you back all the way. We still have 1 to 55. You're going to be able to level that again. And we have new content in there for you to experience.
All the bells and whistles.
All the bells and whistles is there. But being able to have those weapons, being able to make it work with all of the attachments, we're actually doing tuning on those weapons as well, so they're not going to be exactly the same. They're going to
get the balance pass for Modern Warfare
they're going to have
3.
the essence of the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, but they're not going to be one-to-one. You can actually go in, and our friends at Beanox have been able to put in detailed weapon stats for us, and you're going to be able to go in and look at all of those intricacies, check out what their headshot multipliers are, check out what their limb damage is, all of that stuff in there.
And that brings up attachment tuning. Attachment tuning is coming to Modern Warfare 3.
It is. There's part of Modern Warfare 2. It's part of that carry forward.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, excellent stuff. I think we're all just happy that what I had already used is gonna come with me.
Nicki Minaj is coming with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
That was what I needed to know about. Not Spawn. Although I do love me some Spawn.
The Barbs are thrilled. Kim, we are seeing some epic looking skins and weapons on our creators here today. In fact, right now, if you look at the screen, check that out. I believe these are from the Modern Warfare 3 Vault Edition. Can you give us some additional info?
Yeah, happy to. So what you're seeing right now are the weapon camos that are going to be in our Vault Edition. There's a blue and a red version. So there's the Crimson Fate is what we're calling one of them, and the Carbon Fate is the other. And these will be applicable on 4 different weapons if you get the Vault Edition, plus all of their attachments. And they're reactive, so the better you do in the match, the more eliminations you get in a match, the more you'll start to see that visual change on your weapon. And as you can see also, the operators have their own versions of this. These are the
cool.
Nemesis skins. So there is a blue version and a red version there. The blue version goes on Price and Ghost, and the red version goes on Warden and Makarov. Those are the 4 operators that get these skins. Same reactive tech, so you're going to see a little bit of the silver, metallic, shiny looking skin come up on the hands and the torso. The better you do in the match.
I've seen a lot of Warden hype on the internet, so I think people are really excited to see her in action, and that skin in particular is awesome. But one thing about the reactive skins, to your point, these are performance-driven, so that effect actually will scale back if you stop getting kills, guys.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, got to do well.
Gotta keep
You want to see the fun stuff on screen.
Yeah.
We need you to perform. So those will be awesome. People will be popping off having these awesome effects go around the map as well. And of course, those are in the Vault Edition.
Yeah, and speaking of the weapons and diving into it a little bit more, I understand as well that there is also a new system that you guys have on top of that with the aftermarket parts, right? Which if we could dive a little bit more into that, because that sounded really fascinating to kind of make guns play in a different way just off of one part alone.
Yeah, it is. And here we're seeing a little bit of it where this is our LMG that has a bullpup conversion to it. So they're full conversion kits that allow these weapons to really go cross-class and to change up. They are meaningful, powerful changes.
And that's a Renetti.
That's a Renetti that is actually turning into an SMG with this conversion kit. It's like a 3D printed part on there.
No secondary.
No secondary. So what you do not, like we have a gunner vest that allows you to take a primary as a secondary. You do not need to take that if you're swapping out your Renetti for that aftermarket part to make it into an SMG.
And one of the coolest things is how you unlock these amps. So we're going to see, we call them amps. We love acronyms here, guys. So we have 2 amps that are coming to beta, I believe, but how you're going to unlock them at launch and beyond. You want to talk a little bit about those challenges?
Yeah, so in beta they unlock a little differently than they do at launch. So at launch they're actually, we have a new system called weekly challenges. It is pretty much exactly as it sounds. There are challenges, a group of challenges that we release weekly.
I was worried it was like bi-weekly for a moment.
Yeah.
Trick question.
Yeah. Thankfully, it is every week. And then the reward for getting all of those challenges for that week is an aftermarket part. So the first 3 weeks that the game is out, we have an aftermarket part reward for those, completing those challenges. You can then take that aftermarket part into the game and use that.
I think too, again, it just, the through line with Modern Warfare 3, this is player choice, is player freedom. It's on, this new way to customize the experience and let the player kind of choose the way to have that, their own play style reflected in those guns, using the amps. It's super exciting.
Yeah, it definitely is. As we're going to continue to take, just more of a look and enjoy, the game as players continue to run around and get into some more shenanigans, playing some domination here as well on a state. I've done that many times. So, this is, again, it still just baffles my mind that I'm looking at, these maps in 2023, and I'm just excited to play them. Yeah, and even the movement. I'm just excited to play them then as I am now, like that is such a wonderful feeling to have. And then also on top of that too, just to see the way that, players can interact with the ways you build your classes. I really do like what you guys did with the perk system and how you contextualized it and made it like a physical thing. Was that like the desire to kind of just make it a bit more grounded, or what was the, I guess, the design choice on that? Rather than just going with pictures on a screen, you guys went for something quite bold.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really was a big part of the context for the players. It's not just a UI menu with choices, that were sort of ambiguous. It was a little bit, we wanted to make sure that you brought in your fighting load carrier, right? Your FLC was what we talked about, internally is this thing where every piece of gear that you brought in did something meaningful for your loadout selection.
Yeah.
So perks was a big part of that, and we got a chance to look at the gear items, all inspired by real-world military tech and items, and we were able to really figure out what goes with what and what are the remixes we want to make, and we think we came up with a really good and interesting field of choices in our perks this year.
So I don't know if you guys can see it. We're taking a look around the room at the moment. We actually have a 2-story streaming tower. I'm going to call it a tower.
Pretty epic in here.
It's absolutely wild in here, and everyone is very focused on their play. It all of a sudden, oh hey, that's us. Oh hey guys. GG's.
Hello.
So we've got this big giant room filled with Modern Warfare 3, filled with awesome creators from all over the world, and as Ted Timmons would say, the vibes are good. We're going to hear Ted talk about vibes.
I do want to point out that screen you're looking at there, that the logo, the Modern Warfare, that's a screen. And behind there are all the players that are behind that screen, which is so cool. I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do. 15 years in this industry, still continuously to be shocked by new tech that comes out all the time.
This is Call of Duty, baby.
Yeah, you guys go big. I respect it.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, I love it. Love to see it here. We get a few of these games wrapped up, but there's definitely this sense in the room of like, all right, Q next. Go next. GG, go next.
It is.
Go next.
It's so fun to play it. Like, every day I come into the office and I boot up the game, get into a match as quickly as possible, and start playing. And it is just fun to watch them play as well, because there's so many things that they're doing. Like earlier, we were watching a circuit around the estate house, and that movement just looks so hot going through it. So like being able to mantle, we have sprint when you're tack sprinting. We actually increase the mantle speed so it feels more fluid as you're going across. And we're regenning your attack sprint as you're sprinting as well.
I also
So-
saw a couple people pop off with Battle Rage. So Battle Rage is back.
Battle Rage is back. It's actually moved into the tactical slot.
Yes.
So it is very powerful. So if you take that, we have an awesome vest, the engineering vest, that allows you to take 2 tacticals. As maybe we didn't touch on the vest.
Actually, yeah, let's
talk about some of the vests.
Yeah, so the vest is a really big piece of that. Like, it is our main core piece of gear. Kim touched on how we contextualized everything. That vest is, we're contextualizing what you're actually putting into the game. So it's going to dictate what, your tacticals, what tactical slots you have, how many you can take, how many lethals you can take, how many, well, you get 1 boot and you get one glove.
Yeah.
So you can't take multiple gloves. But how many gear slots you can actually have. So with the engineering vest that I just mentioned, you're getting 2 tacticals that you can take
At the cost of your lethal.
at the cost of your lethal, and you also gain another gear slot.
Awesome.
And that gear slot is super important because that gear slot is where all of your intelligence perks lie. So those are things like what we used to call hardline or high alert sit in that slot, and now you can take both of them at the same time and really have that advantage.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and
well,
if there are 4 vests to choose from at the moment, I believe.
Correct. In beta, there are 4, yeah.
So in beta, there are 4. Expect to see those tomorrow. Infantry vest, engineer vest. Seen a lot of people running infantry vests today. In fact, right here at the moment, we just got a peek at the loadout.
That is going to allow your attack sprint to regen faster. It is the core. Like, if you're familiar with Call of Duty, I imagine most of our people watching are. That is your core loadout. So you have your normal 3 perks, and you get your tactical, lethal, primary, secondary. And what's cool about the vests is they actually have perks baked into them. So with the infantry vest baked in right away, you're getting that attack sprint refresh even faster. And also a little bit of an extended time there. And one of the things that we've done across the board is we've increased that attack sprint, and we've also allowed you to have much more faster ADS strafe speeds as well in there.
Yeah, I do like how you guys have managed to take a lot of the vests and stuff and then make it also combined with other things, or like really have everything kind of synergized together and have you create like the optimal build here. It's quite customizable.
And it's really helped out a lot with how we balance the game in that sense, because now what we've done is we've let you take more than we normally do, but we've also balanced that out with what you can't take in that same
There are
moment.
trade-offs,
Yeah.
very clear trade-offs. I think between what you're talking about, selecting the vest, selecting the boots. It's going to come at a cost, and that's where the balance lies.
Yeah, and we love that we are going into these matches. You're making decisions. You have to make those decisions before you go in, and really, have consequences if you're choosing wrong, and learn from it and go back and make new decisions.
So I can't change those in match, correct?
You can change them.
I can't change. That was a trick.
The consequences. The consequences are,
Go hide
we want you to
somewhere.
be in
Yeah, I was
control
like,
of
what?
You'll still have to live with the consequences of your actions.
I always
for
do.
that moment.
They've been haunting me for years now. Let's talk. I haven't seen anybody get one yet. I've seen a couple of streaks pop off, but I'm wondering about kill streaks.
Yeah.
If we have any personal favorites at the desk here.
Well, for sure. I mean, the equipment selection we have in Modern Warfare 3 is so much fun. I think my personal favorite, we'll start with the Breacher drone, which is actually a lethal. It's in your lethal slot.
Yes.
So it's basically a handheld drone that you pull out, and it's just slow flying down a hallway. You can clear dom points, hard points, and wipe out an entire enemy squad with it.
You want a 4-piece?
Yeah.
Equip the Breacher drone.
Yeah.
That's your option.
It'll explode on impact. The counter to that one, though, it's slow moving enough. You can shoot it down if you see it in the sky coming at you.
There you go.
So in addition to that, we have a mosquito drone, which you shoot into the air, and it basically encircles an area and then dive bombs an enemy when an enemy approaches that area.
I will, in fact, say that my experience with the mosquito drone has been quite as annoying as a real mosquito. they plague me in matches when I've play tested, and so
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
You got
Tricky.
headphones on.
Tricky,
Turn them up.
yeah.
Because that's how you know
hear
it's
that
coming.
thing coming.
Right,
yeah.
right. We have something called the ACS, which is affectionately called the capture bot on the dev team. So it's basically this box that you throw down on a dom point or hard point, and it'll capture the point for you. So you can hang back and get in cover, and then let it capture the point for you. So when enemies come to try to take it, you can take them out from behind cover. So just yesterday, I had an awesome match where I put down an ACS on a Dom point and then shot a mosquito drone in the air that was patrolling. So I just like hung back and watched the whole thing unfold. An enemy rolled in there to try to get my ACS out, and then the mosquito drone got it, and I didn't have to do anything. I was just like, that's right. That's all my equipment doing
You're like, I
work
have
for me.
crafted the master plan
Yeah.
to capture this point.
I was pretty proud of myself. It was pretty epic.
And then you went on to drop a nuke and have a big game. You know?
Yeah.
Not that good yet, but
okay, all right.
He drops 100 on shipment, guys. Don't believe it.
No, it was an awesome moment. So yeah, we just have a bunch of fun stuff coming in terms of lethals, tacticals, field equipment, streaks. We have the Guardian that gets a lot of love. It's basically, this thing that you put down that's an area of denial tool. You can just, it really limits enemies' movement when they run into the beam that it shoots out.
It doesn't actually eliminate players. For those of you who are going to stay tuned for Warzone later, which is hopefully all of you, I think we're going to see a lot of the Guardian in Battle Royale later. But it is that aerial denial, not necessarily getting the eliminations, but eliminating the players who are affected by the Guardian.
It's almost like a stun grenade, and we have something called the comm scrambler that you throw down, and it's basically, it creates like the ghost perk in a certain area. So, it wipes out enemy communication. So enemy UAVs won't work. Like everybody won't show up on the map in this certain area. But the counter to that is like everyone can see
the active area. Yeah,
exactly.
So you'll get ghost, I believe you said, if you're inside the vicinity of the comm scrambler, but you can see where it's active on the map. So expect to be
as soon as you throw it down, everybody knows where it is. They just you're hidden in that bubble for a little while,
which could be very useful indoors. I think that's a very cool tool to have. So, but before we wrap up the convo here on Core 6v6, I wanted to ask you about ranked play.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Greg, what can you tell us, and can you give us any little details on when we can expect to see ranked multiplayer?
We can. So our friends at Treyarch are on the case again with ranked play. They do a fantastic job with it. We love partnering with them on it. And they're going to bring that experience, update it, modernize it from Modern Warfare 2, bring that forward, and then for Season 1.5, which is mid-season one.
Sometime during Season 1.
We will have it out, and that's when it's going to launch, because we want enough time where players can get familiar with everything, they can understand what's happening within the game, and start to build those restrictions within the game. And you can find out more from Treyarch as we go through development.
As we get closer, we're going to be talking more about it, but excited to say that later in Season 1, we will have a ranked play coming to multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3. But that wraps up our Core 6v6 gameplay for the day. We're going to see the folks behind us switch over. We've got an exciting new mode to talk about that we're going to get to here in a second. It's called Cutthroat. It is awesome. There's so much to get into there. But first, we have a quick special announcement for all of our PlayStation players out there like me. Take a look.
When they speak of me, they want to lock your doors. Say mignon.
Enemy contact! Move!
That's cute. Never found a lock. I couldn't break.
PlayStation.
Announcing the PlayStation exclusive Lockpick Operator Pack, including the Van Goghted Lockpick Operator Skin, the American Gothic Blueprint, and the Starry Knife Melee Weapon Blueprint. Lockpick is a cunning art feat with noble motivations and an exciting new operator to come to Modern Warfare 3. PlayStation players can get the Lockpick Operator by pre-ordering Modern Warfare 3 on the PlayStation Store with the items playable at the game's launch on November 10th. I didn't know she was a PlayStation exclusive operator. This is my main in all the playtests. I auto-lock, lockpick. It is how it is.
Did you know she was an art thief?
I didn't know she was an art thief. I was like, Thomas Crown Affair, hello, it's me. But we're about to head into live gameplay action for a brand new mode coming to Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. But first, a couple of words from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL, play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3. Go to mvmt.com/COD to see the limited edition watch collab. Backbone, level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next here at the Creators Arena. Everyone's getting ready to hop into the brand new mode, Cutthroat. And this is going to be a unique one because it's 3v3 action. So you're going to have a little bit of a mosh pit there going on.
There's a lot of threes in it.
Yeah.
It's fun to say.
It is. It is
say.
hard to say after a while. It's all about elimination. So you're there. As long as your squad can take out the other two squads, that's how you're going to win. It is inspired by Gunfight. Like, you are actually, like, it is a very competitive mode. The thing that we like about it is it plays on all of our fantastic 16 launch maps that are there, and you get to play them in a new way. So in the past, like TDM, you're spawning at either side of the map. What Cutthroat is allowing us to do is put these triangular spawns in. So because they're 3 different teams, you now have 3 points. Triangle. Math somewhere in there.
Geometry, brother.
Simple maths.
Yeah. And so it allows you to experience these maps in a way that you've never experienced before, which is part of that modernization that we like to talk about in the maps. And it's a fun experience to have, super competitive, and it's one life to live mode. It's very fun.
You can regen your down teammates, though. If you see
so you got the revives.
get downed, yeah, you can go over there and revive them. That's a fun little way to, come back after.
What led you guys to want to make this mode? What was the inspiration behind it?
It was Gunfight in a lot of ways.
Gunfight, of course, is 2v2.
2v2 is Gunfight.
Really
and it's played on separate maps. It's played on different maps. And so what we wanted to do is be able to really focus on the 16 maps that we had at launch and be able to have a mode that is as exciting, as competitive as Gunfight in there. And really bring something new to the table, too, so our players can go out and have fun and enjoy a new experience with their squad.
Yeah,
and you can take your loadout this time. So,
yes, that's what I was going to say. Unlike Gunfight, we're not providing the squads with weapons. You can actually bring your blueprints and your loadout with you.
Yep,
that's right.
And it is sweaty.
It is a sweaty game.
I am so excited to see these guys play it because they're awesome at the game anyway. We see Dr. Lupo here. He is on Cutthroat, and of course the objective, the capture point at the end, is
already there.
The overtime mechanic.
Oh, he's down.
But you can't get downed, but and picked up by your teammates. Now, what happens
Not
when
anymore.
Not anymore. So now when you're eliminated, you're out. That's it. You got to wait for the next round.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
No
the
respawn.
rounds are quick.
Yeah.
They go really, really fast. We spent a lot of time making sure that you just weren't sitting there with dead air, essentially, watching your teammates have fun. And that flag there is now available, so they can go and capture that flag. They got eliminated, but whoever gets that flag first, just like Gunfight, is going to do it.
Okay.
Between rounds, though, we rotate where that flag is because, again, geometry, that triangle, right? We could put it in the center every time, but it gets a little difficult.
Yeah. Gives players an opportunity to move around and actually interact with more in the map, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're experiencing these maps in brand new ways. It is a lot of fun to have in there.
That guy's got really cool hair.
I was going to say something, but as a person who has none, I figured I would refrain from it.
No, I feel like, if anything, awesome. It looks a lot like the Operator Oz in Modern Warfare 2, actually.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Back into Cutthroat again. I'm very interested in these smaller game modes because I think it just creates opportunities for you to have those real intense interactive moments.
It's
right?
very intimate, and you get to you get situations like this where you're trying to figure out like how to use your, you could pop smoke here, and really just understand, because there's this tension that's building around like, when is this flag going to pop?
Yeah.
When do I want to go in? When does I want to have my team rush in?
Is that what you do? You
I
would
believe
throw
that's
smoke? You'd throw a smoke right here, Greg?
No, there's no reason to throw a smoke right here because you're going to wait for the flag to come up.
Oh, there's the
Sorry.
breacher drone. Breacher drone. Yeah.
You might want the...
Okay. I love this guy's strat. It's a good strat.
Yeah, we have the EMD grenade, which would be great in this situation because
Right.
you just throw it out, pop it, and then if you get another player on the team, that they're going to show up constantly on your minimap for your entire team.
So to me, EMD grenade, a little bit like a snapshot, but it actually is going to stick to the enemy player.
It does.
That player will then get a prompt. You might be able to tear it off, I believe.
Yeah, you just pull it right out.
But it'll track you around the map and like have way more visibility on the enemy squad there. EMD, very, very clutch.
Be very overpowered if you hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something I haven't seen actually was the thermo barrack grenade. Because I actually do like that one because it's kind of like a Molotov, but like on steroids. So it just like does a big boom, and then also has area denial as well.
Yeah, it has area denial and it bounces, so it will not detonate on impact. So you can throw it around corners, you can throw it under cars.
Get that frag effect.
Yeah, and it adds a little bit of additional damage to explosives after the fact. So even if you survive the initial blast of that one, you could get taken out pretty easily afterwards.
Lupo just hit a clutch headshot. He is now he picked up his teammate, and we're swapping over to Favela.
Oh yeah.
I love this map.
I've gotten wiped down a few of those.
What's your favorite, Adam?
Out of these 5 we're playing today?
Yeah.
I have to go with Favela. I just, I know there are a bunch of high-rise stands amongst
alone.
us. Yeah.
I too have a Favela stand.
But
so don't worry.
I'm just looking at it. This is beautiful.
Greg, you're the tiebreaker here.
Oh.
We've got 2 for high rise.
I love them all. They're all my babies.
Okay, fine.
Okay, all right.
I can't give any of
That's
them
no
up.
favorite children here. We got.
Favela is quite awesome with all of the movement, with everything that's happening.
That's right.
And high rise is also
Oh, come
great.
on, Greg. At some point.
They're all
yeah.
unique in their own way.
You know what? I'm switching my vote to estate just to.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're going to be alone.
Look at that. You split the vote. How could you?
How could I? I know.
I think I love Favela because remember that play I was talking about doing with like the capture bot and the mosquito drone? That was on Favela.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's why it's got a special place in my heart.
I like the little second floor store that I believe you guys have opened a window up that wasn't necessarily there before, so you can kind of see down the hill.
Yeah, and I am trash.
Couldn't be any new windows.
Well, no. I'm sorry. I might have misspoken. I thought it just was more open than it was previously.
Oh, yeah, it's possible we allowed you to mantle out of it.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of those things that are in the like metrics wise. Like
Yeah.
the metrics have changed in a lot of sense. Like how large our doors are.
Yeah.
We actually have the doors in here. I know not everybody's thrilled with that, but it is a fun mechanic to have. It adds a lot, especially within Cutthroat, because now you're peeking those. You're able to use them for your advantage in there. We feel that they add a lot to the gameplay.
And I bring the window up only because, to your point earlier, it's those small touches that you guys have really brought to these maps that make them feel unique and different and modern for the type of gameplay we're going to see here in Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, while we have a moment and we're looking at Cutthroat, let's talk about some of the other modes as well. Ground War is one that I want to talk about. We touched on a little bit earlier on. I want to dive back into it again because it's back in Modern Warfare 3. You got large-scale maps that are going to be coming at launch. And, I guess Kim, give us a rundown on Ground War because I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, I mean, we're so happy that Ground War is coming back in Modern Warfare 3. Again, this is our big 32v32 mode. It's the biggest battle that we have in the multiplayer experience. And we will be showcasing 3 new Ground War maps at launch, with 2 of them being playable in the open beta.
Okay.
I believe that's the Levin Resort that we just saw there.
Yeah, right. So in the beta, we have Popov Power and Orlov Military Base.
Orlov Military
Yeah,
Base.
but these
okay.
are the 3. Yeah, you got it down.
These
Yeah.
are the 3.
Yeah, we also have a few new vehicles. So during the open beta, you'll be able to play, I believe, 2 new vehicles for Modern Warfare 3, with more to come at launch and during live seasons.
That's right.
Awesome. And we mentioned it a bit earlier, but War Mode is returning. In addition to Ground War, the favorite from Call of Duty World War II will be coming back with Modern Warfare 3.
It is awesome, and it is the attack defend mode. Adam spoke a little bit about it earlier, but you are Task Force 141 trying to take down the Coney group that has taken over a military base. They are launching ICBMs. and you are getting your tank out there, escorting your tank through a downtown area, and just having a blast doing it, and not to have a blast with the ICBMs as well.
Good pun. Good ICBM pun there.
Yeah, there was. It was trying to come out, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, I saw what you were doing there. I liked it. Yeah. And also, there was a really cool tank on screen that was just causing utter mayhem.
Right.
So that's what we care about.
It is that attack defense scenario where you are escorting that down the path, and it is a very linear combat. You have very clear lines of sight, clear battle lines. That's the gameplay that we're going for.
6v6, 5v5? What's the?
It is 6v6.
6v6.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
So it is classic war mode. If we all remember what classic war mode is, but it is linear objectives. There's 3 sets of them, and it is a fantastic experience that we're excited for players to get their hands on.
Lots to look forward to.
Ain't that the truth? Very. There's just so many options, which is the thing that really sticks to me. Like, if you don't want to jump in with your friends and just, play regular matchmaking, you could do war mode. You could do ground war. Was that, it feels like that was the mission of the studio here, to like really give players that ability to just like make the decision, go with your friends, play what you want.
And like I mentioned about some of the new maps coming in live season, we have a bunch of new modes planned for live season as well that we're looking forward to sharing very soon.
Cool.
All right, well, I'm all for it. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here today to share Modern Warfare 3 with the world. And that is going to wrap it up for the MW3 multiplayer segment of the show. Once again, a big thank you to Adam, Greg, as well as Kim for joining us here. But now we're going to head over to one of my favorite people. It's Maven, who's got a couple streamers that he's going to be putting in the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars. Trust me, it's as hilarious as it sounds. Maven, who you got?
Thank you. When I thought about being hot and ready, the first thing that came to mind was my guy, Legion.
Hey, I'm really proud to be the other bald guy on stage with you today. We're doing it.
It looks beautiful. Listen, the first thing you said to me is how fun this is, and you're like, I'm feeling like I'm 18 again, out frying.
Listen, I'm cranking out energy drink burps right now. I'm 30, I'm feeling 18. I just smoked Biffle. Where's he at? I don't know where he's at. Guy's incredible, but I smoked him with a shotgun. I'm feeling alert right now, Maven.
I can tell the second you sat down, like, my guy is locked. What have you loved the most so far about just getting in, diving into MW3?
Brother, all the fun stuff is really fun. The shotguns, the new tags, the new lethals, where I'm just out here doing anything to just make everybody angry. It's just angry as possible. I'm zooming.
Well, was it a bit of a surprise at first? Like, when you got in, like, how much fun you were having? Like, does it kind of defy expectations?
Listen, I was 16 when Modern Warfare 2 came out. So all these maps that we are playing in Modern Warfare 3 right now, throwing back, bro, it's just like you picked it right back up again, and I'm body. I don't know, it's so fun.
You're a talented and very handsome guy. Now let's talk about the chair. This is the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars. We were a little bit worried about what this was going to be able to handle, especially if I tried to sit on your lap. But this is the hot seat, dude. You like yourself some pizza.
Listen, I was a little worried that the cardboard capacity, I'd be a little overweight. But I'm feeling really good right now, and I feel like you and I together in this hot seat together, it's just too much hotness. This is too much interaction. If our bald heads connect one more time, the venue lights shut down.
Speaking of that, we got to get out of here. Let's get this over to Shift Legion. Thank you so much, buddy.
Oh, there's just always comedy with two bald guys in the mix. But yeah, I hold Shift here with the one and only Shotzi. I got to start with the fun question first. I mean, just enjoy